Being a teenager in the age of Corona is definitely tough. You're stuck at home with your parents, you can't go to prom, and your dad gave you a haircut with the same clippers he uses on his back hair. But here's a ray of sunshine for teenagers in Georgia. Because of the pandemic, the state has now decided to issue driver's licenses without requiring a driving test. And that is a crazy idea. I mean, think about it. The only driving practice that kids get right now is from what? Video games? So they're gonna get behind the wheel like, okay, so which of these pedals shoots the turtle shells? Basically, it's now up to parents to decide whether their teens can get a license or not. And look, if Georgia's gonna be giving people that power, they may as well go all the way. Just let people make their own driver's license at home too, like the actual photo, because that would be dope. You could add a filter, face tune it, finally have a driver's license where you look sexy. That would be a ton better than that filter the DMV uses right now. Makes everyone look like they've already been busted for drunk driving. So that's Georgia. They opened up earlier than any other state, and now they're giving driver's licenses to people without a road test. It's all part of their new state motto. Welcome to Georgia. We're done giving a shit. As Canada continues its battle against coronavirus, Trudeau has decided to become a little more hands-on.
Kids might be struggling a little bit with homework, but if they need a little help, there's somebody who's ready to step in.
Hey kids, I know we're all going through a difficult time right now, and it's not made any easier by the fact that you have to do your homework around the kitchen table. Well, as a teacher, I want to help. If you've encountered challenges or problems that are really tough and you need a little extra help with, why don't you reach out by responding to this message or using the hashtag.
Okay, this is just adorable. Justin Trudeau is going to help Canadian kids with their homework. This is the sort of thing you can only get away with if you're Prime Minister, because any other dude offering kids help on the internet, yeah, they're just getting a visit from the cops. And I really hope that he sticks to regular subjects like math and science, because the last thing we need is Trudeau branching out into makeup tutorials. But seriously though, this is great. In fact, I hope Trudeau inspires other world leaders to offer homework lessons. Like Vladimir Putin, he'd be amazing at math. Here is an easy way to solve math problem. You phone KGB, then poof, math problem disappear.
If you've been following the news during this global pandemic, then you'd know that the reported statistics have been as inconsistent as the Wi-Fi at your mama's house. The same Wi-Fi you told her ass to speed up a long time ago, but that's what you get for quarantining with your mama during a pandemic.
If we didn't do it, you would have had 1 million people, 1.5 million people, maybe 2 million people dead. But we're going toward 50 or 60,000 people.
100 to 200,000 deaths.
And it looks more like the 60,000 than the 100 to 200,000.
We have between 100 and 200,000.
It's like an auction, but there's one credible source whose numbers are trusted globally.
One website tracking the coronavirus has become one of the most vital resources for people seeking accurate and updated numbers on the pandemic. ncov2019.live.
And I scored a sit down with its creator. Wait, who the are you? I'm looking for Avi Schiffman.
I'm afraid that's me.
How old are you?
17?
Are you 17 for real? This is some of that Benjamin Button shit.
No, I'm 17.
Huh. Well, if you're the real creator of this website, Avi, if that's your real name,
It is.
then explain how you built it.
Sure. The coronavirus website in particular, it works using server-side JavaScript, which means, it's kind of like what PHP was, but coded in HTML and CSS that they have there and added to a much larger data set. And, there's these things called a cron job. So I have that's just basically how it works.
Okay. You know computer shit. Let's move on. Most teenagers spend time making highbrow videos. But this dude chose to make a website tracking a murderous disease. Why?
I wanted to make it just easy to find the information and thought it would just be helpful to some people. And, I started this, very late December.
Wait, you knew in December?
Yeah, around the 29th.
Avi spotted a crisis before our own government. Despite his superpowers, why would a teenager invest so much time on a website that doesn't have nudity? What are you trying to get out of this, Avi? An MSNBC show? Because they could swap you with Chris Hayes and no one would notice.
If they want to give me one, sure.
Or are you trying to get into a good college? Because you didn't have to do all this to get in a good college. All you had to do was lie and say that you was rowing.
I mean, I already have job offers to do full stack web development. I don't necessarily need to go to college for that.
And the job offers keep coming because Avi's site currently has over 600 million visitors from every country on the planet, even Antarctica. Wait, that's a country, right? With that kind of traffic, I know you set. If you need somebody to help you sell ads, hire me, man. I'm a good salesman.
Well, I turned down $8 million to put advertisements on the website, but but there's a.
Wait. What did you say? Wait, I thought you just said you turned down $8 million. You'd have to be a dumbass to do that.
Yeah, I declined it because I didn't want pop-up ads. I didn't want to be forced to keep my website running.
$8 million. You said $8 million. You just said no. Hey, man, excuse me a second. I ain't 1 minute. What am I doing wrong with my life? He's got $8 million on the table. I got nothing. Mother 17. He's making all this money. Meanwhile, I'm at home in a desk. I'm back, man. Sorry about that. I just think you crazy for turning down free money. No disrespect. Two things I gotta remember. Avi created a site that offers clarity on the effects Corona is having on the planet. And secondly, I'm a grown-ass man talking to an underage teen online. I gotta wrap this up. So which countries are handling it better than the U.S.?
South Korea is definitely handling this way better than the entire world. I mean, they tested so much of their population so fast. I mean, they didn't have to shut down their country. Meanwhile, I haven't had school in months,
So what do you think we're going to be looking like in September with this quarantine? Because I got to get out of this house, man.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll have to wait and see until there's a vaccine and things will, probably still be pretty weird for a while, so.
Till then, I'll just have to focus on the future. All right, so you've been great with COVID-19 predictions. How are you with sports? I got money on the Lakers to win it all. When
I'm sorry, I have to go now. I have a meeting with the United Nations. Supposed to be a youth ambassador.
Wait. Just tell me real quick.
Sorry.
Lakers, yes or no?
Have a good day.
Avi. So no on the Lakers.
As shutdowns have, shut down our lives, people are finding innovative ways to keep their old traditions going. From online funerals to online bridal showers, and even to the world's first virtual bris. Yeah, turns out it's really hard to circumcise a baby when you're not in the same states as them. Well, now, high schoolers have jumped in, and they're adapting prom season to the age of Corona.
In a normal year, teenagers around the country would be getting ready for high school prom. But there's no prom to be had this year. However, some families are coming up with some creative ways to keep this rite of passage alive.
Some seniors are still dressing up. Local photographers are capturing students in their formal wear to mark the occasion.
Dyer County High School held a virtual prom for their students on Zoom over the weekend. Formal wear was not required. One of the faculty members acted as the prom DJ. Students also voted for prom king and queen.
Making prom memories at home. This couple dined in the backyard. And this teen's dad and grandpa were her dance partners.
Aww. Seeing a grandpa at prom is one of the sweetest things I've ever seen. Like, normally the oldest person that still goes to prom is R. Kelly. And you know what? I think virtual prom is an amazing idea. Because the real winners here are the kids who don't have prom dates. Because now, no one has a date. Which means everyone has to stay home. Yeah. So the ones who couldn't get dates feel normal, instead of living their whole lives wondering why Cheryl said no and went with her cousin instead. I mean, her cousin! Whatever, man. Prom is stupid, is what my friend said who this happened to, and not me. As countries around the world prepare to open up schools, the question is, how can they do it safely? Well, this viral video from China is giving us a glimpse of a possible future. All right, that process seems really effective, but sweet Lord, it took forever. I mean, goddamn. Throw in an avocado mask and you've got a full spa treatment. Oh, and by the way, this might work in China, but good luck trying this at an American school. All right, hold on everybody. I just want to spray your shoes real quick. Are you crazy, lady? These are the Air Jordan 5s. Just teach loud. I'll stand outside the window. Goddamn, she's trying to mess with my sneakers and shit. College is one of the greatest periods in a young person's life. You make your closest friends, you soak up exciting new ideas, you have your athletic abilities financially exploited. But all that changed this year when COVID-19 hit and campuses across the country shut down like this.
The sudden closure of college campuses across the country over the coronavirus sent millions of students home early.
These students barely had any time to pack up their things and leave. A lot of folks said that they had to leave their belongings on campus.
I got a call on Sunday sort of saying like it's time to go. So I didn't really have time to say goodbye to anyone.
We didn't have any boxes. We were throwing things in garbage bags and trying to drag them down the hall.
Man, that has got to suck so much. Can you imagine? 1 minute you're in school, and the next thing, your stuff is in trash bags and you're on the streets, which is pretty rough. I mean, the last person who had to leave college that quickly was Aunt Becky's daughter. Having your university shut down instantly is not a normal thing. I mean, except at Trump University. Okay, class, today we're going to be learning about business finance. And the most important thing you want to... Oh shit, it's the cop. We gotta go! But even though students are no longer at school, they're still supposed to be going to class. And students are quickly being confronted with the reality that online learning is a little different than the real thing.
College classes that once looked like this now look like this. Students say they miss interacting with professors, and campus resources such as libraries and study groups are gone.
Students claim that online instruction is far below the classroom experience.
They suck. Literally, they suck.
We're now obligated to spend about half of our day Zooming our teachers.
If you're in like a 200-person lecture and like one person forgets to mute themselves, then that's just like chaos.
Some even getting Zoom bombed, in this class by a clown.
During a remote learning class, the University of Miami instructor shared his screen with the students. The main page had that day's lessons, but some eagle-eyed students spotted the words, "Busty college girl" at the top of his screen.
Yeah, during a college Zoom lecture, the students noticed that their lecturer, who was sharing his screen, had a tab open for busty college girl. And that is so embarrassing. I mean, who still uses the word busty? What are you, searching for porn in the 1920s? Looking for busty flapper gals? Now, to be fair, we might not know the whole story, right? Because tabs get cut off all the time on a computer. Yeah. Maybe that browsing tab says busty college girl, but then when you see the full website name, it's actually how to respect and act appropriately around busty college girls. We don't know. We know. But yeah, students are quickly learning that online college is just not as good as the real thing. It's kind of like how online gambling is not like the real thing. I mean, yeah, you can lose your money, but if someone's not there to break your legs, then what's the point? And here's the other thing about online classes. Even if they go well, classes are not the only important thing about going to college. Students and families pay huge tuitions because they want the entire college experience. And now that they're not getting it, they want some of that money back.
Protesters are taking aim at colleges and universities. Students picketing schools, saying they're not getting what they paid for.
They've filed class action lawsuits demanding partial tuition refunds. One claims online learning is subpar in practically every aspect.
We have to pay $55,000 for basically the same thing you could find on a Coursera or edX for $50.
I totally get why these college students want their money back. I mean, imagine paying for Yale, but instead, now you're getting University of Phoenix. It's like buying a ticket to see a movie starring Tom Cruise, and then you get there and they show on starring Ted Cruz. You gotta refund my popcorn at least. And it's so unfair that these students aren't gonna get their money back when their professors are so rich that they can even afford elbow patches for their jackets. I mean, that's not fair. And why are they protecting their elbows anyway? They're not rollerblading. So, right now, because of coronavirus, college has become much less appealing. And because enrollments have dropped so much for next year, colleges have gotten desperate. So desperate that they're willing to accept students that they never previously would have even considered. Which means shit's gonna get really interesting next semester. My son got into Harvard because he got perfect SAT scores. Oh, my son got into Harvard from a Groupon. So now, May is here. And this weird, unprecedented school year is coming to an end. And the good news is, While the class of 2020 may not have gotten everything they might have wanted out of their final semester, they're still finding innovative ways to make graduation day as special as possible.
Trent Johnson went to Ohio State University, but the school didn't hold commencement. So Johnson walked across his family's living room instead.
One business school in Japan getting creative. The graduating students take a virtual walk across the stage to receive their diplomas as robot avatars.
Students are holding their own graduation ceremonies on popular games like Animal Crossing.
UC Berkeley's class of 2020 is getting creative when it comes to celebrating their achievements.
We are recreating the entire UC Berkeley campus in Minecraft to host a commencement ceremony. It's going to be an open day for everyone to just explore campus, kind of relive their memories, take photos.
I'm imagining just the entire campus-wide party.
Bravo! These kids recreated their entire campus in a Minecraft video game? They did this just so that they could get together for one last hurrah. And you know, this reminds me of when I spent a semester studying abroad in the Mushroom Kingdom. Ha! Young love, je t'aime, Bowser, je t'aime. Now, if you're not lucky enough to have gone to a school that's figured out how to throw a whole commencement inside a video game, you can still have a kick-ass graduation. Because celebrities everywhere are getting together to do virtual commencement addresses for the entire class of 2020. Like Oprah is doing one with help from Simone Biles, Lil Nas X, and Miley Cyrus. President Obama, he's giving one with LeBron James and Malala. Yeah, that's super cool. Although it's going to be tricky to watch an Obama speech over Zoom because you'll never know if he's buffering or just pausing for effect. And to all the young kids out there, you gotta, Mom, you gotta restart the router. Follow your dreams. Never mind. And I'm not gonna lie, man. These virtual commencement addresses, they seem like a really cool idea. So we at The Daily Show, well, we thought we would share our own inspirational message for the class of 2020. Well, class of 2020, here we are.
Here we are.
Here we are.
Here we are.
At home.
At home.
At home. I'm stuck in a hotel room in Bulgaria.
And I know this wasn't the graduation you were expecting.
You thought you'd be with your fellow graduates on the campus lawn, hungover from the night before, trying to figure out how to break up with your boyfriend who wants to follow you to the big city.
But instead, we're meeting on Zoom and judging everyone's living room furniture.
And I know some of you are worried that this pandemic might stop you from reaching your dreams. But I want you to know that even without this pandemic, nobody reaches their dreams.
Nobody.
Most people just end up doing a job they don't hate until they retire. It's just life.
You think my dream was to work on this show?
I wanted to be an astronaut.
I wanted to be a dancer.
I wanted to be a dinosaur.
I wanted to not live in a hotel room in Bulgaria. The concierge is a horse.
And the fact is, the story of your life is still being written. This is just one chapter in your life, a life that will no doubt be filled with many other pandemics.
But remember, you have so much to look forward to. Like the year 2025. I think this shit will have died down by then.
And once this is all over, your class will make a huge difference in the world. Statistically speaking, 10% of you will go on to lead companies. And the rest of you will probably murder someone.
So, great things await you. Until then, use this time to travel. Go on an adventure. To like, I don't know, the other side of the hotel room. Explore the really far corners of your backyard. I heard somebody's buried there?
Visit the attic of your house. Find your mom's old journal that says that your dad wasn't her first choice, but she decided to settle for him anyway because eye doctors make great money, and that she would learn to love his nipple hair.
And as you go out into the world, remember all the people who touched you along the way. Because those are probably the assholes spreading this virus. Why are they going around touching everybody? Let me tell you something. If you try to touch me, I'm gonna...
And as you move forward in life, the most important piece of advice I can give you is this. You are much stronger than you think. Just like that off-brand toilet paper you found on the dark web.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Help me get out of this hotel. For real, call the embassy.